The Kamwene group, we have had several meetings in the past. And I want to give the apologies of Martha, who was here, had to rush to another meeting that is starting around this time. We have the apologies of Peter Munya, we have the apologies of Derito Mureithi, Rigathi, Wajiru, and the others who have been regular faces within Kamwene. But also to recognize that today we have delegations from counties, counties that have already formed chapters. And we have a chapter from Nakuru, we have a chapter from Nairobi. Of course, we have others from Laikipia and other parts of this country where we have people from Mount Kenya region. And we will continue, even Kiabu, heavily represented also. And we will continue growing this number, but it is really a question of familiarizing themselves with what it is that we want to achieve as Kamwene. And today we have continued to speak, and in the coming couple of days, maybe weeks, we'll have a meeting with delegations from over 14 counties here in Nairobi to discuss issues that relate to us within the Mount Kenya region. Just like other communities are discussing their manenos. And the reason is that we feel like we want to be together politically, so that we can address our issues from a political point and from the same platform like others are doing. We will hear something from Kiabu and Nakuru. There are those who are now saying they want their counties subdivided. I believe that also that's a request that could be coming from Mount Kenya counties also. We have the cry on the issue of the cost of living. And when we cry, wengine wanasema msitupe mawe kwa serikali. Kama wewe uko na njaa, si mawe unatupa, ni chakula unaitisha. And others are also saying that the cost of living is impossible in other places. It is also impossible within Mount Kenya region and wherever our people are. May I quick and fasten to say ya kwamba mkiongeza petroli raundi ingine, hii Kenya kitaumana. I don't think Kenyans can take any more pain beyond where we are now. Yes. We have also seen a lot. I think it's also important to say that as a community, we also need to think hard, because uchumi ni competition, you know. Hii biashara si ni competition. And we feel like there are people who are actually outsmarting us in biashara in this town and in other parts of this country, and we need to think very hard as a community. Sisi tunajulikana kwa biashara, lakini ni kama tunachezwa zaidi raundi hii, na lazima tufikirie zaidi. Serikali inatucheza kwa mambo ya uchuru na mambo ya licenses, lakini wengine wanatucheza kwa njia zingine. So we need to be careful about that also as a community. Kuna wao ambao we have had a number of our heroes, freedom fighters, who have passed on in the recent past. And in every of those values, mambo ya machamba yamewekelewa kwa meza. Watu wengine kutoka hapa kwetu tu wanatumiwa kusema nedeni mkafamie machamba. Na ni vizuri kusema tuelewane. Ukifikiria ni chamba ya mtu fulani inaenda kufamiwa, watu wataanza na ile yote kubwa. And your 2 acres is land that your neighbor does not have. So if you want to start that kind of battle, it is a battle that I don't think is useful to us. Na pia, kwa sababu we see that the Americans are really heavily supporting this government. They should see what happened in Zimbabwe. Hiyo mchezo ilianza namna hiyo, mwishowe Zimbabwe is no longer a country you can talk about, because the Rad invasion became an issue that was beyond those who started talking recklessly. It is, we agree that our freedom fighters, even sons of freedom fighters, needs to be helped. But there are many ways of compensating them. And they've been suggested. Their children can be educated. You can buy houses for them. Na mambo mengine yote ambayo serikali inaweza fanya. Lakini jambo la kusema mwende mkawatafutie machaba, na pia waache kudanganywa. Hakuna chaba imebaki Kenya, watagawiwa. Kama wanataka tugawe iko Del Monte, sawa sawa, tutaenda huko. Kama wanataka twende, tutaenda kule kwa Koki, padi ya Laikipia. But that's the nonsense we do not want to entertain in our barrios again. And I also want to add, nilimsikia huyu governor wa Nyeri, na nimemsikia mara mingi, na ninajua tumewasikia. Kila saa watu wakiongea, yeye anaongea mambo ya sijui Muma walikunywa 1969. Na mara anaongea mambo ya mchawi. Yaki aliruki bewitched. Hii mambo ya kuturudisha mambo ati watu walikunywa Muma sijui Othing 1969 abaki huko peke yake. We have moved as Kenyans, and he cannot become like the cultic father who is always holding us back to issues that make no meaning to us. Whatever decisions we make to choose, choices we make in the future, we will make them. Whether walikunywa Muma ama they were bewitched, hiyo ni shida yake na watu yake. He should now start thinking of things that are more useful. Tunaona ile vita iko kwa maji, Ministry of Water. Pesa zimehamishwa Murang'a. What you also don't know ni kwamba hata pesa zimehamishwa Nyandarua. Daragwa, I left money allocated for water pans and dissection of dams even in that area. Kwa hivyo hii kitu ilikuwa inaitwa sijui mnasema Kenya kwisha. Hii ni Kikuyu kwisha. It's no longer Kenya kwisha, ni Kikuyu kwisha. And that is why as Kamwene we want to wake up and come together so that we can also articulate our issues and be able to say what we want to say politically, economically, socially, culturally. Hiyo ingine ni gani? Hata ya kanisa, kwa sababu kanisa ndio ilitumiwa na Jiabaya kuharibu watu wakaamuka mapema huko pande ya Mount Kenya. Kwa hivyo all these areas are things that we are going to be addressing. Niseme tu nikimalizia ili wenzangu waseme moja ama mbili. Nimeona wengine wanasema they want to increase the term limit of a president from sijui 5 years to 7 years. Na tunajua pahali wanaendelea ni kusema it be eliminated, be removed totally so that a president can be there for life. Kama Idi Amin baba, alikuwa anaitwa Idi Amin dada. Na nani mwingine? Bokassa and the other Mobutu akina Kagame. I think even Kagame has a term limit, but they look like they don't have. If we choose to go that direction kwa sababu we can see determination, let me tell you this. If you remove a term limit or increase the term limit, you will do it for those who are there today, wale watakuja, wale ambao watazaliwa, na wale walikuwako. It is not going to be for you alone. It will be for everybody. Hata wale ambao walibebea hapo beleni. Huwezi ukafikiria ati ya kwamba you are the only special one whom we are going to remove the term for. When it is done, any limitation on anybody will have to go together with it. And I don't think it is the way we want to go as Kenyans. Kwa hivyo nilikuwa nataka kusema tu ya kwamba sisi tuko hapa, we were sorted out, we were taught how to insult our leaders. Our own leaders insulted the other leaders. So they started by killing our respect for leaders. Wamekuja wameiba Jubilee, walikuwa nafikiri wanaenda naye lakini wameshindwa. Wamekuja wametusubua sasa biashara na mambo ya Finance Act na mengine ambao yako kwa mesa mpaka wa leo. Wameharibu education. The people who are suffering most also are from Mount Kenya. We have very many kids who are not in school today. Wamesema watafuga bar ili watu wasikunywe pombe, but hawarudishi ile license fees ambazo watu walikuwa wamelipa. So they are just impoverizing our people, making our people poorer, because those people had already paid for licenses. But our problem is not the bus. Our problem is lack of employment. Ile kitu ilikuwa inaitwa kazi kwa vijana ndio itasaidia as we wait for the economy to recover. Mimi sitaki niseme zaidi ya hayo, lakini najua ya kwamba wale ambao ni wafanyi biashara hapa kwetu wanajua ya kwamba leo asubuhi wameamuka na kukuta dola iko at 153 shillings. You cannot continue doing biashara if this government or these people in government, to me they are still a very legitimate team, are still pushing the dollar in the way they are doing. Finally, and very finally, we are people who believe in one man, one shilling,
one vote.
And we can say it the other way. One man, one vote, one shilling. If the bombers thing does not produce that, it has left us out again. Na ile bombers pia tuko kule na tunafurahia yale yaendelea kule. Somebody has told us that we have pedestrian ideas. Yani, that is a compliment we got from Kenya Kwanza today, that we have very pedestrian ideas. and we still expect much from it. But if you listen to all the issues being discussed there, all those issues were canvassed under BBI. So we need to think very hard about the things we are doing.